Look at the objects within your reach right now. Your phone case, your wireless keyboard, or the dashboard of your car. These items feel disposable, yet they are engineered to outlast not only you, but dozens of future generations. Every year, the world produces over 430 million metric tons of this material. Despite decades of global effort, less than 10% of all the plastic ever manufactured has been recycled. The remainder sits in landfills and oceans, slowly fracturing into smaller pieces. Those microscopic fragments are now invading human biology. Researchers are documenting these particles in our blood, our lungs, and our placentas. A 2024 study in the New England Journal of Medicine found microplastics embedded in the arterial plaque of heart surgery patients. Those with these synthetic fragments in their vessels faced a significantly higher risk of heart attack, stroke, and death. Humanity built a civilization on an indestructible material. Now that material is physically building up inside of us, we cannot simply ban plastic because its utility is absolute. It is cheap, highly moldable, and waterproof. It provides the sterile barrier for every syringe, IV bag, and surgical tool that makes modern medicine possible. This creates the utility paradox. The same property that makes plastic an engineering marvel, its near indestructibility, is the exact property that makes it an environmental disaster. It performs exactly as it was designed to. Most bioplastic alternatives have failed because of their performance trade-offs. Corn-based PLA is mechanically brittle and requires industrial composting at 58 degrees Celsius just to break down. PHA biodegrades more easily, but its production relies on expensive fermentation that keeps costs several times higher than petroleum-based versions. The industry has operated in a zero-sum game for decades. Manufacturers have been forced to choose between a material that performs well or a material that degrades safely. Researchers at the Northeast Forestry University in Harbin, China, approached this problem from the perspective of forest ecology rather than petrochemical engineering. They focused on bamboo, a plant many material scientists considered chemically limited for industrial use. Bamboo provides a massive supply chain advantage. It is the fastest-growing plant on Earth, capable of growing over a meter in a single day. Once harvested, the forest naturally regenerates to maturity within 5 years, without the need for replanting or heavy fertilizer. China already possesses the world's largest bamboo resource base, with millions of hectares under cultivation. The infrastructure to harvest and transport this biomass at an industrial scale is already mature, supporting an annual economic output of 320 billion yuan. Industrial scaling requires more than just performance. It requires a reliable, abundant feedstock. Bamboo is the only biological resource that already possesses the necessary global processing ecosystem to replace petroleum on a meaningful scale. Previous bamboo plastics were usually composites. Manufacturers mixed bamboo fibers with synthetic resins or epoxy. The bamboo provided strength, but the toxic synthetic binder remained in the environment long after the fibers decayed. Cellulose molecules form a dense, rigid network of hydrogen bonds, making bamboo impossible to reshape. By using a room-temperature solvent, researchers dismantled this network, freeing the molecules. Adding ethanol forced them to reorganize into a completely new, much tighter, and highly ordered plastic structure. This new material, called Bamboo-based, achieved a tensile strength of 110 megapascals. That is twice the strength of corn-based bioplastics and approaches the range of certain high-strength aluminum alloys. It also maintains its structural integrity at temperatures up to 180 degrees Celsius. By forcing the plant's own molecules to adopt this new configuration, the researchers transformed the raw bamboo into a structural plastic. This molecular reorganization removes the need for synthetic resins or petroleum-derived binders that undermine other bioplastics. Most breakthrough materials never reach the market because they require factory owners to invest millions in entirely new manufacturing equipment. Bamboo-based bypasses this hurdle by being fully compatible with existing industrial hardware. It can be run through standard injection molding machines and worked with conventional machining tools with no modifications required. Its disposal is equally efficient. The material completely biodegrades in ordinary natural soil within approximately 50 days. It does not require a specialized composting facility. It simply breaks down like any other organic plant matter. Manufacturers can also choose a closed-loop recycling path. By using the same solvent-based process, the material can be recovered and remade while retaining 90% of its original mechanical strength. Sustainability is only practical when a material integrates seamlessly into both our current industrial machinery and our natural ecosystems. There are still limitations to address. The high rigidity of Bamboo-plastic makes it ideal for structural parts like car dashboards or electronics, but it is currently unsuitable for flexible films like stretch wrap or thin bags. While international negotiations for a global plastic treaty have stalled over production limits, the industrialization of this technology is already moving forward. China is deploying bamboo composites in urban water systems and drone fuselages, leveraging a structural advantage in bamboo resources that few other nations can replicate. The world will not move past a century of plastic dependency by accepting inferior materials. Large-scale change happens when sustainability is packaged with a structural upgrade, and nature just provided the molecular blueprint.